So, Mary, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
Good.
Feeling good?
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
And I think we should start with our first question. And the question is this. If I ask you about self-expression, what does it mean to you?
Wow. That's a hard first question. What is self-expression to me? Self-expression, I guess, is like the language we choose to take out what is inside of us, and like we try to find any way to communicate to the outside world, which can be through music, through movement, through whatever. And if I think of self-expression, or if I think of moments where I really feel I express myself, or I did express myself in a way that I can stand for it afterwards, I want to stand for it. So it's moments in which I feel really connected to the moment and really inside myself and connected with the outside world. I think that's what self-expression does to me. Yeah, I guess it.
That is interesting. And for you, self-expression is mainly music, like the violin?
Yeah. Yeah, self-expression can be music for me, but self-expression can also be quiet, to just sit in quiet, and this is also a way to express yourself, or to cook something nice, or to do ceramics. This is the ways that I like to express myself. Yeah.
And like if we talk a little bit about music. So, do you feel like music has, like, let me say it in a different way, like what kind of impact does music have on people, on bringing people together? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think music has a huge power. Like, I really think music is one of the tools in the world that has the most power to connect between people that don't have a language to share besides the music, or that really come from very, very different worlds. And in my eyes, music can really be a tool of healing, and also a tool that can bring peace to people that would hardly find other ways to connect and find something to agree on. And the magic is that we don't need explanation. We just do, and we see if it flows. Like with other arts also, like with dance or circus.
Yeah. And do you have like any maybe examples of how, like, maybe you witnessed how music actually managed to connect between people?
Yeah, for sure.
Or things that you experienced?
Like little examples that are happening all the time are, for example, me playing here at the cliff, and I'm just playing for myself, and after a while I realize people are listening, and when I go up from here again to the area where the people sit, so sometimes I met people crying from me playing. Sometimes I met people that were really like speechless or speaking a lot from joy, and really told me that I made their day. And maybe that's not an example especially for like only connecting me with them, but also like the consequences it will take, that those people will continue their day with with something different in their heart, and I'm sure they will continue giving it to other people.
Like the music, the impact that the music has.
Yes. And another example, if we want to think more international or also a little bit political, is, for example, we were on a tour with our band, Tao, and we were in Spain, and we played in the streets, and there was two guys listening to us for a long, long time, and also putting money for us and stuff, and being very, very kind. And after a while, we realized they are Palestinians. We told them we're Israelis, and we had like I'm not, but I'm living here. So yeah, and it opened like a very. First of all, they really listened with all their heart for a long time, and very respectful. And after that, we had a long, long conversation until 3 a.m. And I think this wouldn't have happened without the music as a connecting point. And on the same place, we met an Iranian girl that first just passed by on a bike, and then she came back, and she started dancing. And she was very, she didn't cover herself. She was very free and dancing for a long time. And this meeting of just like Israelis, Palestinians, and Iranian people in one place happened all because of music. And maybe it could have happened in another way also. But if we're playing music, so we can use it with the good intentions and to really like try to, connect people.
Yeah, I think that is beautiful. Bringing different people that maybe in a different time or in a different place or in conflict, but in music they connect. They can connect. That's really beautiful.
Or they don't even need to be in conflict. Maybe those people are not in conflict, but to have another topic to talk about, to just have another point of interest that you can share, and that you don't fall into the patterns of, oh, but you are from there, you have this background and this history, For a moment it doesn't matter, and that's nice.
Yes, to just be humans, to just be together and be part of art and music. That's really beautiful. So usually I also ask this question, and you don't have to answer it. So, what was your, I would say, biggest embarrassment on stage?
I'm embarrassed all the time on stage.
Okay.
I all the time feel like, I feel like I think I'm a lot of time embarrassed because I feel like, oh, maybe I'm doing bad to people right now. Maybe they don't enjoy listening. Maybe I have a lot of issues with that. So I think I'm embarrassed a lot, but I don't have like anything like specific that happened that I was embarrassed of. Sometimes, my microphone falls off the violin but nothing dramatic happened until now. Let's see. The life is long. Let's see what's gonna happen.
Okay, that's a great answer. So, I'm sure, I don't know, at least I always think to myself, how hard it is to be a musician, a violinist, a musician. Mm-hmm. Like, how much work does it take? How much effort does it take?
Yeah. It really depends to which niche you want to get. First of all, playing the violin is really like a hard choice, I think. It can be like the best choice for the people that it's the right instrument for. But in general, it's just very demanding. You need a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of patience. You need to do a very deep process with yourself to be accepting of all the time it takes until you get to a place where actually you can offer your gift to the world. Because in the beginning it's very, like squeaky and so it takes a lot of time. And I think, if you go into the into the, like, if you want to go the path of just playing gigs or playing in weddings or things like this, it's a very different effort than choosing to, for example, create your own music, record it, and try to make a living from that. Yeah. Like there is, for example, money in music, but only in very specific paths, like teaching or playing in events that people want to pay money for it, like weddings or, these kind of events. But that's not everyone's way, so it's hard to answer.
Okay. And now I think our last question will be, if you didn't play the violin, then what would you have done if it wasn't for music?
I mean, I do a lot of other things. It's not if I wouldn't play the violin. I really believe in that we can't in life only focus on one. For me, specifically, I really need some kind of balance with other interests. Mm-hmm. If not, I go insane. So
like something that would be your main passion if you wouldn't play that.
Changed a lot. Right now, it would be ceramics.
Mm-hmm. Why ceramics?
Because it centers you. Like it brings you back to the moment. Like the music also. It's like, if you're not in the moment, if you're not like centered, you will always feel it on the piece you're making. It will always like slip to the side or, somewhat wobbly, shaky. So, yeah, ceramics. Okay.
So I said it was the last question, but I have another one.
Okay.
So what made you fall in love with the violin? Why did you pick this kind of instrument, or to go in the path of music and violin?
Okay, so I think I did pick it, but I was 5 years old. So I don't know how much of a free choice someone has when he's 5 years old. She's 5 years old. My dad is a violinist, and he plays in a Greek band, Rembetiko band. Like he played a lot of different music in life, but this Greek band I really grew up on. And I went to their concerts every year, and I know all their repertoire very well. I think it was this, like hearing my dad playing and also not knowing so much different music or things in life. So I was like, I want this. But I'm happy I did it. Yeah.
And I'm happy that I get to interview you and hear how you're connected to music, and we're gonna also hear you play. So it'll be incredible. So thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah, but I feel I didn't say like some things I would like to say to the questions you actually asked. Like how I think that it can be connecting. I think my answer was kind of like, oh, not so good, but not what I would want to say. But
I think it was good. Like, how would you answer it differently?
maybe I would put more focus on also the teaching aspect, like being able to give kids hope that don't have other things in life. Or giving people hope that don't have a lot that holds them in life. This, I think, is also like really important for me. Yeah.
Music gives people hope.
Yeah.
With your music can give people hope.
Yeah. I wish.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.